So we are going ahead with the same data set. Thereby next up, just want to go ahead with the this is a kind of visualization that we have already seen earlier. So today we will look forward into other charts like funnel chart and the Mekko chart kind of stuff. The grid chart also. We have something called a grid chart. Kind of things that we will just go across. I didn't get the time to look into that. If we take up any relevant data, it is fine. It is getting the right box plot. But we need to try with our own data, right? With the intended data, whatever it is required to get, we need to get it actually. That is the main thing that we require. Why it is not getting a bar representation? That's the one which is important, right? So here, new sheet object and a chart. Which kind of chart I want? See, this is a Mekko chart. Okay. I want to add a dimension. To showcase the subcategory and followed by some of profit. Exactly. Okay, there are positive and negative values in this sheet, but we need a fractal of the stuff. Okay, when we are just making this one, we need to go ahead in a percentile mode. Okay, so here, rather than using this one, let me just go ahead with the sum of sales. And see, this is the one you can see, but I wanted to add one more stuff, like coming to the dimensions, use something called a region. So this is the stuff that you can see here. And also I would be changing so that for more clarity, rather using the subcategory, let me use the category. Okay. So for this kind of stuff, it is. And also, yeah, this is all about the sum of sales. Even you can apply by converting this sales into the percentage model. Anyhow, this was even changed into the 0 to 1 model, and even this is going to be a percentile, not an issue. Okay, and you can make the labeling and all kind of stuff even here, which will represent the respective region wise sales label data. Okay, so this is generally called as a Mekko chart over here. So if you wanted to add any sort of labeling over here, just right click on this one, properties, go to expressions, values on data points, apply. So when you see this one, you can clearly see the values, respective values. Okay, labeling and all kind of stuff. And also plot values inside segments. Apply, not outside segments. Okay. So apart from this one, we can have something called a grid chart. How a grid chart could looks like this. So grid chart, let me say like let us make a different new sheet object chart. You can have something called a grid chart. Okay, so this grid represents multiple charts in a grid. So what kind of stuff that I want to go ahead with order date, and thereby sales, okay, and buy, product, no, not product, buy subcategory. Let me go ahead with a segment. So here, when you take a look at this one, the order date, based upon the order date, see, we don't have the fixed order date, and the entire this order date was completely clumsy. Okay, rather than having something like year, quarter kind of format. So you can make it a scheduled something, year wise data. Okay, otherwise you can try changing the, why, because we can always segregate. Even I have in the very first session that we have seen, segregating the data into the year and kind of wise. So date is this is our expression. Let me go ahead with the dimension. Instead of this dimension, I can always go ahead with the subcategory. So you can see the consumer, corporate, and home office. But I wanted to change this one to style of the grid chart. Let me just make it as a grid chart. This is grid chart, but using a pie chart. Okay. So here we wanted to analyze the sales. We wanted to analyze the sales for different regions. Have you selected the regions? Yeah, segments actually. Segments versus a subcategory. Rather doing this one, you can always try changing dimensions and even go to this one. Go bar chart, apply. You can see this one. But this is not a regular kit kind of stuff that you can see. Why? Because the look and feel is not so good. Style. What kind of style that you wanted to implement this one here is also one more a very important thing. You can change the styles here. What else that we can change? It's showing us only this bar chart. We just go ahead with the stack. This is a stacked one. Even I can implement in a different way by signifying city wise, region wise. Style. Even I can make even I can go ahead and initially select the not only the bar chart. You can go ahead with the multiple other charts also. I wanted to decrease the dimension. Instead of selecting subcategory, I want to go ahead with the category for more clarity. Okay, this is a kind of grid that you can observe. See, can you observe this one? So, and the next expression is going to be a grid chart. Clearing all the selections. You can always go ahead and change the style of this presentation. Let me add one more dimension, like customer name will become a heavy thing actually. Maybe based upon a region will be a better thing. So based upon the region, you can clearly see here the data, and style of the presentation you can change something like this. And if you want the labeling over here, you can try applying the labeling. You can see the settings of this legend, how you want it to make it, like in the background color and all kind of stuff. Wrapping the text, it's fine. You want it to enable the scroll bar, you can enable the scroll bar. So this is a grid chart that we are discussing about. In the same way, let us discuss about the funnel chart. How do we do this one? So to work on the funnel chart, I wanted to go ahead with a table box. Otherwise, even not required actually. Okay. Um, Customer related information. Customer. Add a new sheet object. This is a funnel chart that you can always try using directly. Okay. Direct use of this funnel chart based upon a customer name. I wanted to see the or we can go ahead with the profit information also. So I want to go ahead based upon the region otherwise rather than going ahead based upon this customer name. Okay. And followed by sum of fractal of actually fraction is not required. Let me go ahead with some of sales. So you can see the sum of sales, and if you wanted to add the expression, presentation, colors, number, style, you want to use this one for example in the sense. So show numbers in the legend. Tip width you can decrease. Values on data points, apply. So this is how that you can make the funnel chart. Based on the selection of the region even, you can, the selections, central and east. You want to select both, go here, select these two. Understand? All of you? Okay. So this is how that we can work with this funnel chart. Okay. And at last, tomorrow, I will discuss about some scripting knowledge on the QlikView. Okay. How do we use the scripting in the QlikView? Okay. And also grouping expressions which we have not done, like group by and all kind of stuff, right? Mostly tomorrow I will discuss more about the scripting only. Scripting and grouping expressions and all directly in that. Okay. Yeah. And thereby we will be discussing on Saturday about the project. I will just give you a project to implement by for implementation of multiple things together, like all this kind of stuff. I will explain you a project already. The one we have gone with in the same way actually. The project is nothing but the series of visualizations along with some valid calculations and the scripting which fits our business model to showcase the exact selections and the things and all. So you can just change, the background images and all. I have already told you. You can insert a picture in the background. You can make a lot of settings to your existing stuff, how you wanted to showcase. Okay. So even that is everything that you can do it within a sheet itself. Okay. You want to use a button or a text object. Okay. Such object is there already. You wanted to make us whatever it is, a kind of layout that you wanted to create, and the colors and the background color you want to create, you can always try creating it. Now I wanted to create something. Yes. Okay. Okay. Apply. I'm sorry. So here, well, we'll change the, this is object related kind of stuff where I just want to remove this one. You can always try exporting this one into as an image. You can copy this sheet. You can see multiple sheets like this. Okay. It's quite appreciable if you can go ahead with this kind of sheets. Sheet properties, general. So go ahead and sales data. Okay. And also, go ahead and create multiple visualizations. Coming to this main. Okay. Remove all these things, unnecessary things where you don't want. Okay. And you can progress up it. We'll do that, Satya. Okay. Let me just say clear all. You can create an editing a script, which I will discuss tomorrow anyhow. This one. Okay. So here we have all these things like the system table. You can have the list of all the table in the very first one where you can detach this even, and you can attach, and even you can clear this one. Settings, these things that we have generally used, these things. Design grid. This is what you can just create the grid, and okay, and there if you wanted to add the objects over here, slider, what kind of presentational slider that you want it here. Okay. And also I wanted to show you one more thing. Marks and all we have already seen. Table viewer, we have already done this one actually. Apart from this list box and all. Yeah. So the sheet settings, I want to change this color, transparency. It's okay. One. This is the one I thought of showing you. And also if I wanted to change the image, okay, I generally changing the image and all kind of stuff. Let me try any one infographic to you for understanding purpose. So apply. Okay. And create a button over here. Welcome to our sales dashboard. Why we are getting this font color in different, like selected the different stuff, right? No, it's not that. That's okay, fine. Actually, I've changed this one color. Actually, it should change basically. I already set it. So anyhow, we can do something like this, and I wanted to improve this kind of stuff. Move something like this. Where this welcome board somewhere here. So something like this for a main sheet, and rather okay, and oh okay, the entire sheet I kept it something like in a transparency mode. Okay, fine. So I want multiple sheets like this so that it looks good for the presentational purpose, where you can explore more things within the project. Okay. Okay, guys, we will sit on tomorrow with various scripting techniques in the QlikView. Okay. Yeah. See you. Bye.